Hello, this is Dr. Mercola, and many people use coffee in the morning for a quick energy boost. I'd like to talk about that for a few minutes. The reason they use coffee is because it contains caffeine, as do most sodas, and caffeine is a drug. In fact, it is the most commonly used drug in the world, and I believe, as do many other experts, that when you rely on using a drug to treat symptoms, especially over the long term, there's a likelihood that you can run into complications of some sort. So I believe it's best to seek to avoid using caffeine as a substitute for energy boosting. Now, there are times, of course, when you can use it therapeutically. In fact, I use it myself, even though I don't particularly care for the taste of coffee, and I use it about once a year when I travel over 4 or 5 time zones. I typically want to fall asleep about 3 or 4 in the afternoon. Of course, that's far too early. So what I will do is take some coffee and continue to take it until I reach my normal bedtime in the time zone, which is typically 9 or 10 o'clock. At that time, I'll take some level of melatonin and I fall asleep. And the next morning, there is no jet lag. So it's a marvelous approach for that. So if you're unless you're using that therapeutically, it probably is wise to go off of it. So the best way to do that is, of course, is to improve your body's systems to produce natural energy. And of course, following the take control of your health lifestyle plan is a way to do that, by eating right for your nutritional type, by engaging the appropriate amounts of exercise for you, and taking care of the emotional challenges you have, and getting plenty of water. These are all good and powerful ways to improve your energy systems. So another simple way that it can be done, especially if you're seeking to go off of caffeine, and when you do go off of caffeine, especially if you're taking large amounts, you want to go off slowly, as you want to wean off, because it is a drug. And if you go off it too quickly, you can clearly run into irritability, headaches, severe headaches many times, and a variety of other symptoms. So if you're taking large amounts, you may want to go off over a 3-week period and wean yourself off slowly. So another thing that, but when you go off of it, of course, you just don't want to go off of it and not replace it with an appropriate healthy substitute. So to take control of your healthy lifestyle is one approach, but you can also use a vitamin. Yes, you can use a vitamin. There is a supplement called vitamin B12, which works really quickly and is enormously useful for giving a rapid increase of energy. Certainly far safer and healthier than a cup of coffee. And the reason it seems to work is that there are many people who are deficient in it. And let me just outline some groups, because you might fall into one of them. First of all, it's important to understand that vitamin B12 is the largest vitamin that we know of. And because of its large size, it's very difficult to absorb orally. So your body makes a protein called intrinsic factor. It makes this in the lining of your stomach. And this intrinsic factor combines with the vitamin B12, and then as it slides down the gut into your intestine, it actually is absorbed at that level. It actively is absorbed in the intestine. So without that intrinsic factor, you just goes out and you excrete it, and you do not get the vitamin B12. So what happens, though, is that as you start to age, especially if you're leading an unhealthy lifestyle, 40, 50 years old, your amount of intrinsic factor that your body produces progressively decreases with time. So your likelihood of developing a B12 deficiency increases. Now, there are other groups that we know who are also at vitamin B12 deficiency. And those are people who are vegans, who avoid animal products, because vitamin B12 is in animal products. And if you're not eating any animal products over a number of years, you're clearly at risk for developing a vitamin B12 deficiency. And another group would be those who have trouble sleeping, because vitamin B12 is a cofactor that's important for production of melatonin, and melatonin is really crucial for a good night's sleep. So another point to consider, though, is that even if you're eating large amounts of animal protein, where the vitamin B12 is, if you're not making this intrinsic factor, then it just becomes virtually impossible to absorb that vitamin B12. That's why many people go to the physician's offices to get that as a supplement. So what I'm excited to share is that I recently learned about a new product that's called Vitamin B12 Energy Booster.
Great information right there. Thanks a lot, doctor. So when or how does vitamin B12 deficiency really kicks in? We're doing a little recap in here, and it's been said that when a person turns 40 to 50 years old, the body starts slowing down or decreases in B12 production. Our vegan friends have a higher rate of developing B12 deficiency, and when a person is having trouble sleeping, there is a higher probability that B12 deficiency is already in progress. Once again, thank you to Dr. Mercola for this information. Now, the real question is, where do you get this little known secret to help fight the vitamin B12 deficiency? One of the places you can go is go to my website. It's www.onefyi.com/boost my energy, and when you come and visit, sign up for our email newsletter and get a free ebook for simply checking us out. So we'll see you on the other side.